students, welcome to yet another session of my class reading fiction. We are discussing Animal Farm by George Orwell. In the previous classes, we already discussed about George Orwell, background details of Animal Farm, then introduced all important characters of Animal Farm, etc. I think all of you are familiar with. That means you have a definite idea regarding the background details of Animal Farm, and you are introduced with almost all important characters in the Animal Farm, and you at present you know what you are going to study. And today we are going to discuss a summary of Animal Farm. Actually, this novel is prescribed for detailed study, and at present situation it is not possible to read the entire novel in classroom. So I am planning to divide the summary into small sessions, small 3 or 4 or 5 sessions, and now I am going to give you the first session regarding the summary of Animal Farm. Let us discuss in detail. Yes, Animal Farm is a satirical political beast fable. I already told you it is a satirical one, and it is a political satire. Then moreover it is a beast fable because most of the characters are animals. And the novel is set on Manor Farm. Yes, it may be one more question. The novel is set on Manor Farm. Actually, the original title of the Animal Farm is not original title of the novel. The original title of the farm. First title of the farm is Manor Farm. The novel is set on that Manor Farm. It is a typical English farm. And Orwell employs. The original name of the farm may be a one-mark question. The novel is set on Manor Farm. That is, the Manor Farm is the original name of the farm. Later, it is renamed as Animal Farm, and that is the title of our novel. So, the first name of the farm is Manor Farm. The novel, this particular novel is set on that particular farm, and it is a typical English farm. And Orwell employs a third person narrator. Yes, we already, in the first video, we already discussed about the different narrative strategies. Am I right? Yes. Here, Orwell employs third person narrator. Yes, the narrator here is a third person who reports without commenting on them directly. This third person narration is employed here, and this third person narrator reports the events without commenting on that events directly. And the narrator describes things as the animals perceive them. Actually, the point of view, the standing point of this third person is like that. The narrator, yes, that is the third person narrator, describes events or things as the animals perceive them. That is, the standing point or viewpoint is like animals, how animals perceive those events. He is expressed or commenting in such a way. That is, the narrator describes things as the animals perceive them. Then, Old Major calls a meeting of all the animals in the Big Band. Who is this Old Major? We already discussed about the characters. Old Major, that is one of the old boars. That is the old boar in that farm. Old Major is the old boar on the manor farm. And this old major calls a meeting of all the animals in the big band, and he announces that he may die soon and relates to them the insights he has gathered in his life. And soon he announces, this old boy, that is the old major, announces that he may die soon. And he expresses and relates to them all the other animals, and relates the, yes, and expresses to all the other animals the insights, the experiences, or the knowledge he has gained or gathered throughout his lifetime. He shared all the experiences, all the knowledge, everything, or all the insights he has gathered in his lifetime with the other animals in the farm. And old Major tells the animals that human beings are the sole reason that no animal in England is free. Yes, that is actually the original sentence in the textbook. No animal in England is free. Yes, and he considers, yes, these animals are parasites. This not animals, humans are parasites. Old Major tells the animals that human beings are the sole reason. It is the main reason behind the problem of animals is human beings. That is the belief that Old Major shared with other animals. He tells the animals that human beings are the sole reason that no animal in England is free. No animal in England because all were bonded by this human masters. And that the life of an animal is misery and slavery. These two insights that he shared with the other animals. Maybe one more question may be asked. That is the main 2 points that Old Major shared with other animals on the farm. One is no animal in England is free, and the reason behind that bondage is human beings. And the second one is the life of an animal is misery and slavery because all were bonded by their human masters. And he considers, this Old Major considers this human beings as parasites. And moreover, yes, therefore the animals must take charge of their destiny by overthrowing man in a great rebellion. And this Old Major, he is trying to spark a fire on these animals. Therefore the animals must take charge of their destiny. They should break all the bondages. They should attain freedom from their masters. That is the thing that he shared with the other animals. Therefore, the animals must take charge of their destiny by overthrowing, by dethrone man in a great rebellion. That means such a rebellion against human masters or human beings, and he relates his dream of rebellion. Yes, this Old Major has a dream of rebellion against these human beings to set free from the bondage of human beings. And he shared that dream with all these animals. And moreover, in that meeting, he is trying to teach one revolutionary song called Bees of England to all the animals. Yes, in that particular meeting, this Old Major teaches one revolutionary song, and the name of the revolutionary song is Beast of England. Beasts. Beast of England. That is the name of the revolutionary song. One more question may be asked. Name the revolutionary song. Yes, sung by Old Major. That is Beast of England. Then this Old Major dies soon after the meeting, and the other animals prepare for the rebellion under Snowball, Napoleon, and Squealer's leadership. We all know that the Snowball, Napoleon, and Squealer, these are pigs. So Old Major, he dies soon after the meeting with other animals, and he shared all his experiences, insights, everything with other animals. And these animals prepare for the rebellion against their human master under the leadership of Snowball, Napoleon, and Squealer. One night, Mr. Johns passes out drunk. Who is this Mr. Johns? Mr. Johns is the actual a real human master of this farm. Mr. Johns, one night, he was drunk heavily. That is, Mr. Johns passes out drunk, and he creates a perfect or best opportunity for the animals to rebel. This Mr. John was a heavy drinker. He did not care his animals. That's why this Old Major considers their life as something misery and slavery, because he did not care his farm animals. And one night he was drunk heavily and creating the perfect opportunity for the animals to rebel against him. And these animals are so hungry. They are so hungry that they break into the store shed. Yes, because this Mr. Johns did not care about the animals. So, yes, he did not give any food or something like that. So these animals are so hungry that they break into the store shed. When Johns and his men try to whip them into submission, and Mr. Johns and his men, that is other people, trying to whip. Whip means beating on animal by using threads or a lengthy cord. So they are trying to beating on these animals and try to control these animals, but the animals run them off the farm. That means these people, that is Mr. Johns and other people, they were at last escaped from the farm because of the rebellion made by these animals. The animals run them off the farm, and the animals burn all reminders of their former bondage. And after that, these animals burn all the reminders of their former bondage but agree to preserve the farmhouse. The only remaining thing is the farmhouse, and they burned all the reminders of the previous bondage or former bondage but agreed to preserve the farmhouse as a museum. That is important. They agreed to preserve the farmhouse as a museum. And Snowball changes the name of the farm to Animal Farm. After that rebellion, the Snowball changes the original name, that is Manor Farm, into Animal Farm. This Snowball who changes, that is maybe a one mark question. Snowball changes the name of the farm to Animal Farm and comes up with the 7 commandments. And this Snowball comes up with, or he put forward, 7 commandments for the smooth functioning of the farm. And which are the 7 commandments? And these commandments are the basis of animalism, which are to form the basis of animalism. These 7 commandments put forward by Snowball are considered to be the basis of animalism. And these 7 commandments are, first one is, whatever goes upon 2 legs is an enemy. That means whatever goes upon 2 legs, that human beings, whatever goes upon 2 legs is an enemy. That means all human beings are enemies. Then second one, whatever goes upon 4 legs or has wings is a friend. That means all animals and birds are friends. That is, they should consider human beings are enemies and consider other animals and birds are friends. Then third one is, no animal shall wear clothes like human beings. No animal shall wear clothes. Then fourth one, no animal shall sleep in a bed like human beings. Then fifth one, no animal shall drink alcohol like their master. Then sixth one, no animal shall kill any other animal. That is friendliness towards or compassionate, be compassionate towards other animals. No animal shall kill any other animal. Then last one is, the last and the important one is, all animals are equal. This is one of the famous commandments made by Snowball, and this is one of the famous sentence in this particular novel. That is, all animals are equal. That is the basis of that animalism. All animals, equality among animals. So these 7 commandments may be 2 mark question may be asked. That is 2 mark question may be asked from this part. Which are the 7 commandments made by Snowball? And this is considered to be the basis of animalism. They are, whatever goes upon 2 legs is an enemy, whatever goes upon 4 legs or has wings is a friend, no animal shall wear clothes, no animal shall sleep in a bed, no animal shall drink alcohol, no animal shall kill any other animal, and last one and the important one is, all animals are equal. Then the animal farm is functioning smoothly and happily. The pigs milk the cows, and then the animals go out to begin the harvest. Yes. All things are going on very happily and smoothly in animal farm. When they return, that is these pigs milk the cows and animals, other animals go out to begin the harvest, and when they return, the milk has disappeared mysteriously. And the first harvest is a great success. The animals adhere to the tenets of animalism happily. That means almost all animals obey and follow that seven commandments, and they believe that it is for their benefit and the smooth functioning of the farm. So the animals adhere, or they must obey, or they follow all the tenets of animalism very happily and with good result. Each animal works according to his ability. Each and every animal works according to his ability and gets a fair share of food. Because the important one is all animals are equal. So all each and every animal works according to his ability. Then every Sunday, Snowball and Napoleon lead a meeting of all the animals in the big band. Yes, they are the leaders. Snowball, Squealer, Napoleon, etc. And every Sunday, this Snowball and Napoleon lead a meeting of all the animals, and the pigs are the most intelligent animals. That may be a one mark question. This among these animals, the pigs are the most intelligent animals, so they think up resolutions for the other animals to debate. So they think up everything for the benefit and the smooth functioning of the farm. They think up resolutions for the other animals to debate. Soon after, the pigs set up a study center for themselves in the harness room. Slowly, slowly, things change. Soon after, these pigs set up a study center for themselves, these pigs only, in the harness room. Snowball embarks on various campaigns for social and economic improvement. This Snowball put forward various campaigns for the economic and social development of the farm. Napoleon opposes whatever Snowball does. Slowly, slowly, yes, we can see that things changed in the animal farm. Napoleon opposes whatever, everything that Snowball does, because most of the animals lack the intelligence to memorize the seven commandments, because the only intelligent ones in the farm are pigs. The only intelligent ones in the farm are pigs, and all other animals, they lack the intelligence to memorize the seven commandments, because most of them they lack that intelligence to imbibe or to grasp or to observe or to understand those seven commandments. Snowball reduces the seven commandments, them, that is reduces them to the single maxim: four legs good, two legs bad. Yes, at last this novel reduces those seven commandments into a single slogan, and the single slogan is four legs good. That means all animals and birds are good. Two legs bad, that means human beings are bad. Four legs good means all animals are good. Two legs means all animals are all human beings are bad. So that those seven commandments later this novel reduces into a single slogan, that is four legs good and two legs bad, may be a one mark question. And the sheep take to chanting this at meetings, and the sheep trying to, yes, sheep take to chanting in the sense means say loudly, like a song model or in a rhythmic mode, etc. So in all meetings, the sheep take it as a pledge or a slogan: four legs good, two legs bad. The sheep take to chanting this slogan at every meetings, because they consider this as something like a pledge for your for their goodness. So the sheep take to chanting this at meetings, and we can see that slowly things changed in the farm. That is, Napoleon tried to, yes, or exercise his power over other animals, and these pigs set up a study center for themselves. And whatever this Napoleon opposes whatever Snowball does, slowly things changed in the animal farm. I think all of you understand this session. That is the first session of the summary of Animal Farm, and to be continued in the next session. Students, there is a homework for you. There are some questions for you. This is the homework in this session, and write down the questions. Name the revolutionary song sung by Old Major. Second question, which are the 7 commandments made by Snowball? That means write down the 7 commandments. Name the original name of the farm. Then write down the single slogan made by Snowball in the later session of the animal farm. I think all of you understand the 4 questions and write your homework and send back to me. Thank you. Have a nice day. See you again.